Hey y'all, it's me, Brienne. Welcome back. In today's video, I felt like I needed to explain a little bit the whole premise of it because it's a little different than what I usually do. So here you go. You get to hear me talk and explain everything. Definitely let me know if you like this because then I'll try to talk more in more videos. Today's video is for a collab for the amazing LipSmackingNails Discord group that I joined a few months ago. They do a collab every month and this month's theme is LipSmacking Reboot. By the way, I hope you picture me doing air quotes while I said that since this is just a voiceover and you couldn't see the air quotes, but you definitely heard them, right? Anyway, for this collab, we're supposed to pick a set that we did all the way back at the beginning of our nail journey and redo it with all the skills that we have now to see how far we've come. If you're new to me, then you don't know this, but I've been posting my nail art on Instagram since 2018, so I've done a lot of nail art. As you can see, I have over 1,600 posts, so it's going to take a while to scroll until I get all the way back to the beginning. But I thought I'd let you join me on this walk down memory lane, so let's go. Aw, my little ghosties. I love doing that series for Halloween last year. Aw, my Easter candy nails. I did those last Easter. That was the first time I ever tried sculpting charms with clay, and I just love how they came out. And we keep scrolling and scrolling. Oh look, it's me. I have a few posts of me, but I don't do it very often. Oh yeah, those nails. I did those nails for a collab and we were supposed to do something weird. So I painted my whole hand red and glued fake eyelashes on my cuticles. Remember, it took forever to get all that red off. Oh, that one time I did a polished mountain a la Simply Nailogical 2016. I can't believe that video will be 10 years old this year. Wild times, y'all. Oh look, me again. Those are the posts I made when I made my very few videos on here where I was actually on camera and I had fun split dye hair. Now I just dyed my hair all black because I was tired of the bleaching to have fun colored hair. It was too much upkeep. As you can see, I used to only paint my actual nails with regular nail polish, and I pretty much exclusively did nail stamping, but these days I just love the freedom of painting press-on nails, and I love the things I can do with gels that you just can't do with regular nail polish. I still have a huge nail polish collection though, so maybe I'll show it to you sometime. We have got to be getting close now though, because we just passed up when I made my first ever video tutorial in 2019. Oops, we passed it up. There it is. I decided to try to reboot this nail art that I did in July of 2018. That month was when I decided to go all in on Instagram posting my nail art, so I joined all the challenges and I started posting every single day. I posted every single day for years. This one in particular was for the Claire Estelle challenge, where the theme was farm life. I remember not liking these nails at all when I did them because the stamp I used for the wood grain was slightly too small for my index nail, so I had to try to fill the gap at the tip and I didn't line it up good at all. And my cow print looks so bad. But yeah, for some reason this post got so many more likes than my other posts that month, and I don't understand because I hated them. That always seems to happen to me though, so that's why I pretty much post everything, even if I don't love it, because someone else might like it, you know? We can definitely be our own worst critics sometimes. But anyways, now that we walked down memory lane together, I guess you might like to actually see me do some nail art, so let's see if I've gotten any better since 2018. I usually like to start my videos with whatever I feel like is the most interesting nail, so we're going to start with the pig charm nail. I remember when I did the original nail, I used a stamp that was actually a button for this nail. My stamping plate collection was pretty tiny back then, so I didn't have any farm animal plates like at all. Now saying I have quite a few more than that would be a vast understatement. I haven't ever actually counted them, but it's definitely in the hundreds because like I said, I used to only do nail stamping and I joined all the collabs, so I needed to make sure I had a plate to use for whatever theme I had to do. I guess I should actually talk about what I'm actually doing. So I started with a coat of Lucky Lady from Dime Nails, and then I did a coat of pixie dust on top of that. And of course they used their super magnet to bring out that shine because it's a magnetic gel. I wanted the background to look like shimmering grass, so hopefully it looks like that to you. Now I'm going to take hot chocolate from Nails West 14th and a dotting tool to paint on like a mud puddle. I like using a dotting tool for something like this instead of a brush because I wanted to do wiggly wobbly lines, and since I'm making a big shape, I just find it easier to use a dotting tool. Now, before I start sculpting the cute little piggy, I want to add a coat of sealing base gel from Dime Nails to protect what I've done so far and to make the nail a little sticky to get the clay to stick better. I'm using my favorite clay from Cresania Neri. I love this clay because the texture of it is like Play-Doh kind of, and it doesn't stick to my gloves like at all. It's just so much easier to use than any other clay I've ever tried. They sell a bunch of colors, but I only have the white because I figured out that I can make whatever color I want by mixing it with ink. To get a pastel-y pink, I mixed the clay with Bliss Marble Queen ink from Dime Nails, and it really gave me the perfect piggy pink. I rolled the clay into a little ball and then I flattened it on the nail. After I got the shape that I liked, I made sure to cure the nail for 120 seconds. You need to cure clay like this for 120 instead of the usual 60 since the clay is so opaque. Now I'm going to take 2 small and equal sized balls of clay for the ears and place them at the top of the head. Then I'll take my little plastic like toothpick thing, I don't know what this thing is called at all, and I'll use that to shape the ears into little rounded triangles. Now I'm going in with a ball of clay about double the size of the ears for the snout, and I use the pointy end of that plastic stick thing to make indentions so they can breathe, because of course my little piggy needs to be able to breathe. Also, of course, they need some eyes so they can see, so I'm gonna take some ultra black gel polish from Dime Nails and a teeny tiny dotting tool to just dot on a couple of eyes. Now, our little piggy wouldn't really be selling the fantasy that they're swimming in a mud puddle unless they also have some mud on them. So now I'm gonna go back in with that brown gel polish hot chocolate and my dotting tool to add a few spots and splotches. I also wanted to add some of the brown gel polish just like around the edges of the charm to really blend it in and make it look like it's really in that puddle of mud. After that, I gave it a final top coat with my favorite high definition glossy top coat from Dime Nails. And here is the finished nail. I guess this little piggy needs a name, so let me know in the comments what we should name them. Now let's start on my personal favorite nail, because of course I can't do a set without using ink, and of course the ink nails will always be my favorite. I'm going to show you how to do the easiest wood grain nail you'll ever do. I like to start with a light tan base, so I'm using About Last Night from Dime Nails, and I'm doing 2 coats of that. Next, since we're going to go in with inks, we have to put on a matte top coat first, and the only one I ever use is Ultimate Matte from Dime Nails because it works the best with their inks. The 2 inks that are perfect for this wood grain look, in my opinion, are Maple and Mahogany from Dime Nails. They even have wood names, like of course they're perfect for wood nails. So yeah, you just want to cover the whole nail with maple and then add just a little bit of mahogany in some places to add depth. When you're layering inks like this though, make sure you wipe the brush off before you put it back in the bottle, or else you'll change the color of the ink over time by contaminating it with the other color. The most important thing to remember when working with inks is that you have to use acetone to blend them. Even though they're alcohol inks, alcohol will not move them like at all. When I do wood grain like this, I just like to be moving the brush up and down the nail, and I try to make wiggly wobbly lines because wood grain isn't straight lines. I also try to go from top to bottom without picking up my brush at all because I don't want any horizontal lines, and if you pick up the brush you will get the horizontal lines like wherever you pick it up, and that's just not what I want. Another tip is to try to move your brush in a way that leaves dark spots that will look like knots in the wood, like this. Honestly, the hardest thing for me when I marble is knowing when to stop. I've definitely over marbled some nails before, but like anything else, it just takes practice and you'll get used to it eventually. Once it gets to a spot that I like, I just let it dry for like a couple of minutes because the acetone made the nail a little wet. And then I go in with the high definition glossy, of course, for the final top coat. And with a little movie magic, now I have 2 of them. I'm telling you, anyone can do wood grain like this with inks because it is just so easy and it's also really fast. You should definitely try it. Now, onto the final nails, the cow print. I know pretty much everyone already knows how to do cow print. It's not like it's rocket science, but watch me do it anyway, pretty please. Like, don't click off the video now, just keep watching, please. I start by just painting the nail white, which this is just 1 coat of ultra bright white from Dime Nails. It is the best white I've ever used because it's truly opaque in 1 coat. Then I used ultra black, also from Dime Nails, and a dotting tool to do the spots. Nail art like cow print is usually really hard for me actually. I'm really bad at doing any kind of random pattern because my brain just likes order and symmetry way too much. I remember in middle school art class I was supposed to draw a picture with bubbles and I wanted to cry because I couldn't do them in random enough sizes. My biggest tip though, if you also have that problem, is to do odd numbers for things. That's what I try to do at least. Of course, I ended up doing 4 smaller spots in the middle of this nail, but whatever. Do as I say, not as I do and all that. Once I got all the spots how I wanted them, I cured it, then I went in with the high definition glossy top coat again. Now that I think about it though, I bet it would have looked really good matte. The wood grain nails would have also looked really good matte, but oh well, I like them glossy. And again, a little movie magic, and ta-da! There's 2 of them. And that's it. Here are the final nails. Thank you so much for watching, and of course do all the things like share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know when I post a new video. I know farm nails are a little random for January, but this was a set that I felt like I could improve the most. So yeah, tell me if you think I've gotten any better since 2018. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!